Right, welcome ladies and gents. Got some fantastic news for you here, and this is no joke, this is genuinely fantastic news. Ready or Not, a movie which starred Samara Weaving in the lead role, playing a very sort of innocent, meek character who's getting betrothed, married, and then nonsense ensues. Blood, gore, guts, you name it, pretty much everything occurs. She goes through a pretty great character arc and becomes a bit of a badass, to be honest. There's going to be a sequel. Yes, ladies and gents. Again, no joke. I think this is great news. Not that Ready or Not needed a sequel, but I tell you now, if you can make a sequel to this and you can justify it and have the sequel, have meaning and sort of justify its own existence, I'm game for this. This is great news. So let's take a look at this. Ready or Not directors confirm absolute effing banger of a sequel is in the works. That's what I like to hear. Yeah, that is what I like to hear. And again, just really, really good that, the directors, it's not like they jumped on it. This was a film that released back in 2019. So it's not exactly brand new. It's quite old now, I guess, 5 years. And in terms of a sequel to a follow-up, or a follow-up sequel, whatever you want to call it, they've waited. So I would say they're sort of justifying their own stance here by saying, yeah, we've got a really good idea. It's not like they just jumped out there with another idea, hey. But anyway, a recent report claimed that a sequel to Ready or Not was in the works, with Adam Robitel on board to helm, and the original movie's directors have now weighed in. Interesting. So let's take a look, shall we, ladies and gents? We recently got word that a sequel to 2019 horror hit Ready or Not was in the works. It's not really a massive horror hit, by the way. It's not scary. But you should watch it. It's a really fun, good film. And that was with Adam Robitel in talks to direct. And the filmmakers behind the original movie have now made it official. So they didn't really reveal much information in terms of details anyway. But they spoke to Entertainment Weekly. And they said, yeah, the project is in the very early stages of development. Great news. That's great. Super happy about this. Genuinely super, super happy. So they said, and I quote, "It's getting figured out. That's what we'll say. Ready or Not 2 is getting figured out. What we can say is that there is a script that is an absolute effing banger of a sequel." I like it when directors just do normal language. Good. You have my approval. Because, yeah, what better way to describe it? An effing banger of a sequel. Cool. Anyway, so, and however it gets made and in whatever capacity we are helping get it made, we're so excited that it's happening. I'm surprised. They're like, how it gets made, whatever capacity we are in helping it get made. What do you mean by that? Are you not on board? Why? You made it. What's going on? Are you going to be producers? What's the deal? Interesting. So anyway, they said this. "I don't think we knew after making Ready or Not that there would be so much story left to tell." Which is, yeah, I mean, if you've watched that movie, it doesn't set itself up for a sequel. At all. At all. So I am intrigued to see where they go with it. It says this: "We're so proud of what that first movie is. We're so proud of what the sequel is. We're just really excited and fingers crossed that it gets made." Bettinelli Olpin then confirmed that Samara Weaving will reprise her role and says, "And with Searchlight and Samara, they're not going to let it down." I'm very intrigued to see where they go with the sequel then. Genuinely curious to see where they go with the sequel. I did a video, actually, on Ready or Not. And I think I titled it something like How to Craft, how to do a strong female or something like that. Like in the modern day. Because modern day writing is so bad when it comes to women. When it comes to anyone, the writing is awful. Because it fails to realise that characters have to have flaws. And modern day Hollywood doesn't like writing women that has flaws, right? They're either great from the off, or they have some sort of latent ability to suddenly get instantly great instantaneously, or circumstances happen around them that generates the plot MacGuffin, which means that they don't have to get good. All these kind of nonsense things, and it makes these kind of films really lackluster and boring to watch. People don't resonate with other individuals that are just perfect. That's crap. And this was a real surprise in modern day Hollywood, where they had written a character that, oh my god, gets beaten down. Holy shit, does she get beaten down? This is not a stretch. It's not an over-exaggeration. Like, my god, the things Samara Weaving's character Grace goes through are unbelievably hard. Like, really, really, really bad. And it sort of just rounds itself out in a way. And she goes on such a great character journey as well. So, you know, this is not a modern day sort of resurgence of the sort of 80s classics where they, you know, they're writing those kind of characters in that way. But it is similar in that fashion. Like, I can imagine now Samara Weaving's Grace going around almost being like a cult, sort of cult and Satanist type, I don't know, missionary, like going around, you know, destroying all of these weird cults and individuals that sell their soul to the devil, that type of deal. Because that's essentially what happens in the movie. A family has sold their soul to the devil, for all intents and purposes. But because she's earned it, she's been through it, I can see them going in that direction. And you don't need to go through the same character arc anymore, because if you've watched the first one, you know she's imperfect and goes through a pretty hefty character arc to, you know, wind out where she is. Quite similar, I guess, in a regard to the likes of Ripley from Alien, and also Sarah Connor from Terminator. You know, characters that are not perfect straight away, you know, sort of meek and mild-mannered, and then go through stuff and come out the other side hardened. But they've earned their gruffness. They've earned their sort of harder demeanour. And actually, Samara Weaving didn't really play a hard demeanour sort of character anyway. But it'll be interesting to see what they do with it. My God. But I am very excited, because genuinely, it's a great film. Just good fun. Strong recommendation from me. So if you've seen it, let me know what you think down below. Are you game for a sequel? Let me know that as well. Because this is how you do a strong female. Like, in the modern, this is how you do it. Like, that's it. Not much else to say, really. So what do you guys think? Let me know. Cheers, guys. Take care. Bye-bye now.